Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something really quite different. Virginia Woolf's The Waves.
Oh, definitely. If you're expecting a typical novel, well, this isn't it.
Right. It sort of throws out the usual rules, no real plot in the traditional sense, no chapters even.
Exactly. Instead, Woolf gives us these six inner voices: Bernard, Ginny, Neville, Rhoda, Susan, and Louis. And you're basically just immersed in their thoughts.
It's like listening in directly.
Yeah, directly to their stream of consciousness. It's all about the experience of being alive rather than a sequence of events.
And what's really striking is they don't seem to talk to each other much, do they? I mean, not in the dialogue we usually see.
Not directly. It's like they're speaking their inner lives out, maybe towards us, the reader, but not engaging in conventional conversation amongst themselves.
So we follow these inner thoughts from when they're children all the way through.
All the way to old age. You see how their identities form, how they perceive things, how it all shifts over a lifetime.
Yeah.
It's about that constant internal flux.
Flux. And between these sections of inner voices, Woolf puts in these descriptions of the coast, the sea,
Yes, these beautiful sort of poetic interludes.
moving from dawn to night, right? What's the idea there?
Well, the sea acts almost like a constant pulse beneath their lives. It symbolizes perhaps the rhythm of nature, the flow of time itself, something vast and enduring compared to their individual fleeting moments.
Oh, backdrop.
A powerful symbolic backdrop, yeah. It mirrors the life cycle, too. Morning, noon, evening, reflecting the character's progression.
Okay, and then there's Percival. He's central, but he never actually speaks in the book.
That's right. He's this figure they all kind of revolve around, look up to, maybe, but we never hear his voice directly.
And his death is a major event.
Huge. It hits all of them profoundly, his silence, and then his permanent absence. It becomes this massive symbol.
A symbol of what, exactly?
Loss.
Mortality.
Both, I think. And maybe the absence of a certain kind of certainty or ideal he represented for them. His absence shapes their later lives as much as his presence shaped their youth. It really makes you think about how loss functions in our own narratives.
So if you're picking this up looking for a story arc in the usual way,
You might be disoriented at first. It's not about what happens next. It's about sinking into the feeling of being them, moment by moment.
Woolf seems to convey emotions like loneliness or that feeling of yearning indirectly through the rhythm of the words.
Absolutely. It's incredibly poetic. The language itself carries the emotional weight. It's often described as dreamlike, sometimes unsettling, but also really beautiful.
It sounds like something you have to slow down for, really absorb rather than just read quickly.
Definitely. You need to let it wash over you, kind of like, well, like waves. And that's central, isn't it? This idea that maybe we aren't single, fixed selves,
What do you mean?
that perhaps we're more like a collection of all these moments, these memories, perceptions, feelings, constantly forming and reforming, like the waves themselves. Not one solid thing, but a process.
That's quite a thought. So it's demanding, but it sounds incredibly rewarding if you give it that attention. Makes you reflect.
It really does. It prompts questions about, your own sense of self, how you connect or feel disconnected, how you carry time and loss and love.
So maybe not for everyone, especially if you strongly prefer plot-driven stories.
Perhaps. But if you're open to something more meditative, more poetic, something that feels like the texture of inner life, it's extraordinary.
It seems to capture that non-linear way we actually experience life, doesn't it? The way thoughts and feelings overlap and echo.
Precisely. Something a more straightforward plot might just miss entirely. It gets at the messy, beautiful, sometimes painful reality of consciousness.
So a final thought for you listening. Maybe take a moment to notice your own inner voices. How do they shift and change throughout your day or over the years?
And think about the absences in your own life. The people, the moments gone, and how, like Percival, they might still be shaping the narrative you live today.